Are you ready?
Detroit basketball!
Are you ready?
Detroit basketball!
Alright guys, how's it going, peeps? Hopefully you guys are having a good Sunday. I am starting this one off just a little bit early because before I get into the chat and see who's all in here right now, Pistons Live, for those of you guys who cannot watch it, man, Dwayne Casey was in an interview with, I believe, Johnny Kane, as they always do before tip-off, and Johnny Kane asked him, is there any reason for the fans to be optimistic about playing Sekou tonight? And Dwayne Casey just straight up said no. If you're going to bring him up, you have to play him. I do not understand the point of bringing him up and not playing him. Dwayne Casey said, and I get it to an extent, but I know we're anxious to see him. And anytime you see him be brought up here, you're going to want to see him play. But pretty much Dwayne Casey went on to say that he needs to get used to playing NBA-style basketball, learning the terminology and getting used to play it in EuroLeague, blah, 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 blah. He is not going to get used to NBA-style basketball in the G League. G League is nice to give players something to work on, and Sekou does need to get his work in, but it's not the NBA. Just because you're balling in the G League does not mean you're going to be balling in the NBA. So we're not probably going to see Sekou tonight unless it's a blowout either way. So it sucks. It's disappointing. I wanted to see Sekou play today. It's just kind of a slap to the face to bring someone up from the G League and not even going to use them. So I don't know, man. Dwayne Casey's, he's on thin ice, with all the mistakes he's been doing all season. But at some point, man, you got to get things right. But we'll see if he plays today or not. But let's go ahead and get through the chat. We got Christopher Brown, Kyle Webb, Young Kobe. That is not Kobe Bryant. Do not get him mistaken. We got Original 123 Kid. We got Cake Batter. We got Motor City Sports. I don't know how to pronounce your main name, but we're going to call you Rex. Sorry, man. Don't know how to pronounce your first name. Don't take it personal. We got Marvin Tolbert, Adam, Ball Out, Joel, Detroit for Life, Michael, Easy 45, Bling B, Marvin, Adam, Bling B, and I think that should be everybody we got in here right now. We got a lot of people in, man. It's going to be a good one, man. Hopefully you guys are having a good day, and hopefully the Pistons can go ahead and get us a W today. Starting lineup for the Detroit Pistons, I do not know what San Antonio is yet, because I do believe they said LaMarcus Aldridge is out today with an injury, but the Detroit Pistons are rocking with Bruce Brown, Luke Kennard, Tony Snell. We put Langston back to the bench. I just think Tony's ready to rock and roll now, and then Blake Andre down low. So Langston gets put back to the bench. Personally, I think that's the best thing to do, even though Langston's been having a pretty good year so far. Putting him in with the bench and Derrick Rose adds more scoring to your bench. So I'm not going to complain with that because we do need more scoring off the bench. I think putting him with Derrick Rose and Christian Wood is nice for him. Derrick Rose needs a shooter to run with off the bench. The way he's been getting people to collapse in on him, I mean, the shooters get open looks. So they said Reggie should be back early in December. So I don't know what the timetable is. I'm sure he's going to be reevaluated here pretty quickly, but we'll see. Back injuries are pretty tough to come back from. I mean, you look at Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford has been dealing with this for a few years. Going back to last season, he hasn't been healthy yet. Backs take a long time to heal, so I'm not rushing him back, but we do kind of need him right now because the Pistons are, at least the fan base is on a hinge, you know. I don't know. It seems just in the last 5 years, injuries have played more and more of a factor in the NBA than they have in the past. I'm not sure what it is. I mean, you're seeing more athletic people coming into the league right now. So when you're more athletic and you put more wear and tear on your body, you're going to get hurt more. It's just how it happens. So maybe that's part of it. You know, you're looking back through the 80s and the early 90s, guys were athletic, but they weren't as athletic as they were today. I mean, you see it in all sports now. It's not just basketball. I mean, you look at football, the guys in football right now are monsters. People just get hurt more because they're more athletic. They put more on wear and tear on your body. George and Greg, I'm not so big on Greg. He's okay. He says some pretty dumb stuff, but George, I mean, he's been here since I've ever started watching the Pistons, so he's pretty classic. You don't get too much better than George. Is he the best? No, but he's better than a lot of the guys they have on TNT and ESPN. I think Kevin Harlan's the best out of all announcers. I wish Kevin Harlan would call every game, but he's better than Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. So I don't know. I don't get to listen to a lot of the local other teams' broadcasts unless they play on the NBA network, and a lot of times it's just Philadelphia. Excuse me, and you get to hear Philadelphia's broadcasters a lot, and they're all right. But I think George is like 70 something, so he's getting up there. Greg's all right though, man. I wish we would have had a good former Piston. Like if you had someone like Chauncey Billups, which I don't think he'd be a type of person who'd want to come in and leave ESPN to do it, but someone like that who's played for this team and like you actually like respect as a player coming in the league and talk on you. I mean, Rick Mahorn does the radio. I'd rather have Rick Mahorn on live TV. Just someone who's actually been in the league and actually been a good player come in here and talk. You kind of need that and need respectable. I mean, no disrespect to Greg, but he never really did anything. I would love to have IT come in and do it. I just don't think he would. I mean, he gets paid to do NBA TV, right? He's on the NBA Network, right? And he goes on, well, I don't know if he was on it last year, but usually right around March Madness when Shaq's the only one on Inside the NBA, they usually bring Isaiah Thomas over for that one. I know they pay him pretty well. But I don't know. I'm not any of these people. Maybe they would. I don't know. I'm going to flip it back to the Kansas City Chiefs game until this one. We got about probably 6 more minutes before this game's going to start. Good thing about today was we don't get to see the Lions lose, so good news for the Lions is, I guess that's not commercial too, a lot of the teams that they're fighting for with early draft picks won today, so that's helping us for draft position, I guess. Stay positive with it. I don't know who's going to be available, but we need a point guard right now. You know, that's something that we're missing. Derrick Rose is really the only real point guard that we have right now. So I like them getting Bruce some experience at it because Bruce is going to be a good player someday. But right now, I mean, he's kind of hurting us at times. Bruce has to be aggressive, and he's not being aggressive all the time right now, and it hurts because he can't shoot. We really need a point guard to come in here and push the tempo with the starting unit. Really need to be a leader. So again, I'm not sure if any of these point guards that are going to be available is going to be there for trade. I don't know. I like the Jordan Bone comment. I like Bone. I wish we'd bring him up. You know, a lot of people say he's only a two-way player or on a two-way contract, so we can't. You can re-sign him for the rest of the year. You know, it's not like he's going to have too much leverage over his contract. He's not a proven player. You give him the rookie deal or whatever he's going to get, it's not going to break the bank. Yeah, I did see that. I don't want DeRozan, man. I'm not there in the firing Casey yet. He's not this best coach, but he's vastly improved over coaches that we have. So I like the Lonzo and Delay trade rumors. I think both of those are realistic and could happen. It's just going to depend on if the Pelicans are going to want to move on from Lonzo so early. And I just don't see how the Warriors are going to keep D'Lo, especially for next season when Clay and Curry come back. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Blaha's nice, man. I like Blaha. Yeah, Casey said today he's not playing Sekou, or at least isn't planning on playing Sekou. So I don't think he'll bring up Bone either, which sucks. Yeah, but Lonzo's kind of the point guard we need. I'm cool with either one. Obviously, D'Lo is better, at least scoring than Lonzo, but Lonzo can play defense and lock people up. Again, Lonzo does have some ankle issues, or I think it's groin right now. So, I mean, he is, or at least has had injury problems his first 2 years. D'Lo has been coming into grooves. I'm not going to be mad at either one if we get either one. I'll be happy either way. I mean, we could trade Thon or cut Thon. The problem with rebuilding E-Dog, though, is the Pistons have whiffed every time in the lottery. Andre Drummond is the exception. We stole Andre Drummond, and we have stole Sekou. Whether Sekou turns into a star player or not, he fell to us. But the problem with the Pistons drafting has been in the lottery. Look at all the people we've passed up on. This is just to name a few. Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Kemba Walker, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. The list goes on and on. CJ McCollum. I mean, I can do this all day. We don't draft well in the lottery. I mean, half the draft picks we took aren't here anymore, or maybe aren't in the league anymore because they're not any good. We can't. I mean, it's different because we have a new guy here in Estefansi who's drafted, and so far he has drafted pretty well, I would think. But Bruce Brown is the only player we have seen on the court that he has drafted. I want to see Kyrie Thomas play and see how good they are going to be. We have to wait to see how good Sekou is going to be. I mean, we have a lot of young people that we haven't seen play, especially Bone. But I mean, they look good and they have a ton of potential. But I don't trust this team drafting. I don't. I really don't. That's the problem with the Pistons. The Pistons could have been good 6 years ago if they would have drafted right, but they didn't. And that's why when we had Stan Van Gundy, we traded for Blake Griffin. I mean, Blake's a great player. Don't get it twisted, but Stan Van Gundy brought Blake in here because they couldn't draft right. They needed that star power when they passed up on Kemba, Devin Booker, all these guys who could have changed and scored points for us, and we passed up on them. You have to make dumb trades to make your team relevant, and that's really what Stan Van Gundy was doing. This Pistons team isn't going to win an NBA championship. They're far away from that. Don't get that twisted, But this team should be at least competitive in the East. Looking at this roster and you're saying that this team's not going to be competitive is wrong. But maybe they aren't. I don't know. But looking at the roster just on paper, if you would have told me that they would have got off to this slow start, I would have said you're crazy. But who knows, man? Anything can happen in the league. Anything can happen in the East. We're only 3 games out of 8th, so it's not like your season's over. I think that you'd have to trade Reggie, though, because Reggie is going to come back and play. So if you are going to trade for D'Lo or Lonzo or any point guard, you'd have to throw in Reggie because you can't use Reggie and Derrick Rose, off the bench. It just wouldn't work. So, game's on. Turn the volume up. Andre almost turned the ball over, pushing the ball up the court already. Quick tree for Lucas. Luke's untouchable in my opinion, man. I'm going to give him one more year before I say rebuild. And the reason I'm giving them one more year is because they're actually going to have some money to spend in free agency next year. And again, it's not like there's a ton of good free agents out there. You know, it's probably one of the weaker free agencies in the recent memories, but it gives you more room to trade for people. Part of the reason we couldn't trade from these star players that you heard so much rumors about the last 2-3 years is we're stuck with their salary cap situation. And now that we're starting to get some of the players with the bad contracts off, you actually have some money to spend. You have a little bit more leeway on making these trades. So the Pistons have done a good job of bringing in people like Derrick Rose and Markieff Morris and Tony Snell, guys who can come in and contribute. Are they the greatest? Tony Snell and Markieff aren't the greatest, but they both contribute. You know, I like Markieff better than Tony Snell, but Tony's nice, as he just hit a 3. You bring in players right now who can compete. I'm curious to see what they can do when they actually have money. Plus, Benjamin said it pretty good. We aren't going to rebuild because of our owner. Tom Gores, I understand people who want to rebuild. And if I would say we had a different owner, I would say it's possible. But Tom Gores sees Blake Griffin, he sees Andre Drummond, and he sees Derrick Rose. Those are pretty 3 remarkable guys in his eyes, especially Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. But him and Andre are boys. He's not going to want to get rid of any of those players because he sees jersey sales, he sees ticket sales. He's all about the money. I don't really think Tom Gores cares that much about winning, although he did fire Stan Van Gundy for not winning, so we'll have to see. But Tom Gores is probably one of the bigger reasons I say we aren't going to rebuild, just because of who he is. What's going on, man? In the Bahamas. You must be coming back to the snow, so welcome back. Pistons off getting to a solid start so far, though, man. We haven't said that too many times this year. Need to keep it up. Just the same old, man. Lions suck. Pistons fans want everyone traded, so we'll see. I mean, we shouldn't be accepting mediocrity, but what's the point of tanking when we aren't going to be relevant for another 15 years or 10 years because we can't draft right? Or we're going to give someone who's just okay a big contract. Probably one of the best things that has happened to the Pistons is letting KCP go. We offered him a lot of money and he refused it, and he hasn't been the same player since. Hey, we got a Pistons fan from Turkey in here. How's it going, man? Nah, DeMar ain't a future Piston. We're not gonna get DeRozan. At least I hope not. You know, the thing about DeRozan, man, since the rumors are trading either Luke or Sekou for him, those are no-nos, okay? Because both of those guys have higher potentials than DeRozan. I mean, DeRozan's 30. I mean, his best years are pretty much behind him right now. If we can get DeRozan and keep Blake, Dre, Luke, Sekou, I'm cool with it. But I'm not giving up a first-round draft pick. I'm not trading away any of those players for him. You know, he's really overrated in my opinion. I've never been a fan of DeMar, even when he was in Toronto. And part of the reason is he's not clutch. He makes a lot of bad decisions in big games. He turns the ball over a lot in big games. And in the playoffs, they play defense, and he cannot shoot well outside, and they take away in the paint shots. They collapse in the paint and make you shoot jump shots. And he's not a very good jump shooter. He's a pretty good mid-range jump shooter, but he can't shoot outside the arc. And that's a problem in today's NBA for a guy you're going to be paying that much money. Now, that being said, he is not a terrible player. He's a good player. He's a good scorer, but the bad outweighs the good in my opinions. And that's another reason I'm not sending Luke to the bench. Luke's been balling this season. Luke's getting his opportunity, and he is running with it. Again, I'm not saying Luke Kennard's better than DeRozan, but his ceiling is better than DeRozan right now. It would just depend on who we get. I'm not opposed to trading Blake or Dre if we get equal value in return. Again, really the only people I'm saying are untouchable right now is Luke and Sekou. Those two guys you need here for the future because those two guys are going to be nice. Pretty much anyone else is available, but I'm not just going to be trading these guys away for some 30-year-old player who's making a lot more money. We did that with Blake Griffin. We might not have a choice but to trade Dre. I don't want to trade Dre either. I like Dre. But we might not have a choice. Especially since Andre hasn't said anything about officially coming back. You know, he's said things that he wants to be here for the rest of his career, but he's also said things about wanting the experience of getting other teams to talk to him. You guys don't realize how good Andre Drummond is or how important Andre is to this team. Yeah, I mean, San Antonio, if they are going to trade him, they're going to get a lot in return for him. They're not going to trade him just for a bag of potato chips. They're going to want some young people. I mean, San Antonio's got a bunch of guys you've never even heard of out there right now, and they always perform. They look for shooters and guys who can defend. If you give them Sekou or Luke, they're going to turn them into a superstar. That is crazy. That is an insane record from Pop. You think Golden State can play in the conference finals in next year? Yeah, I do, because they're doing the same thing San Antonio did when they had David Robinson. They're tanking right now. All their guys are hurt. They're going to get a good draft pick and pair them back up with Steph and Clay. So I think that next year you'll see another big three in Golden State. Maybe a big four if they keep D'Lo. Pistons need to get a bucket here to keep momentum going. That's a good look for Blake. Nah, I just didn't fall down. Our defense is terrible. Our defense is god-awful. We just allowed them to walk in the paint. Andre is the only person down there trying to defend. You can't turn the ball over against San Antonio, man. They're going to make you pay for it. Holy crap, dude. I forgot that San Antonio brought Tim Duncan in as an assistant. He looks weird with the dreads, not going to lie. I like the Clippers better than I do the Lakers. I just think the Clippers are deeper. Lakers got the better two players, but Kawhi's going to play all 7 games. I think that game, that if they do play each other in the playoffs, it'll be a 7-game series. Kawhi will play all 7 of those games. Anthony Davis will give the Clippers a hard time, but the Clippers are deeper. I mean, that's a pretty bad feeling for saying that. We aren't in tank mode yet. Tanking doesn't work for NBA. It only works for the NFL. And the reason I say that, NFL, worst team gets the best pick, and it goes by your record. NBA, it's lottery based. So, I mean, you could have the 7th pick, but due to the lottery, boom, you get bumped up to the 3rd. So, I mean, the guy who had the 3rd pick gets bumped out of there. So I mean, that guy with the 3rd pick can end up with the 8th or the 9th pick or whatever it may be. So I'm not for tanking in the NBA, because there's a chance that even because you're the worst team, doesn't necessarily mean you're a lock to get the 1st overall pick. No, this roster's better than a 31 team. They're struggling right now, but they're not that bad. I'm not a fan of Patricia getting another year. I'm really not. I mean, you can't tell me rather we're rebuilding or retooling whatever we're doing. You can't say a 2nd-year head coach got worse. Like, he's not even going to win 6 games this year. We're already out of the playoffs. I'm not a fan of Patricia. He's had his opportunity. People want to give him 4 years because we gave Caldwell 4 years. I'm not a fan of Patricia at all. Hey, they brought it up. I just answered the questions, man. Dre has a hard time guarding guys at the perimeter. If the center can shoot, Dre does have a hard time guarding him. Although Bam Adebayo from Miami, and although he's having a pretty good season himself, so before I try to just straight up diss him, he's playing pretty well this year. But who was the guy from Charlotte? I just blocked his name. I just blocked his name out of my head. But, you know, people like that, they have good games against them, but they shouldn't. I get it. Oh, man, I can't think of his name. I just blocked it out of my head. Starts with the B. Why can't I say it? I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't remember his name right now. Langston's been having a good year. No doubt. No denying that. Yeah, I'm pretty big on Christian Wood. I'm glad we're finally starting to play Thon less and playing Christian Wood more. No, DeRozan doesn't hate Casey. I don't think he wants to lose to him. He really hates Toronto more because Toronto traded him and then fired Dwayne Casey. So if anything, he hates the Raptors, not Dwayne Casey. Him and Dwayne Casey are buddies. And they had something special over there. Because most of them are Packers fans. And we're the Lions. Hey, I don't bring politics into this, man, but I would say he sucks more than Monica, or they would suck more than Monica Lewinsky, because that's really what I go with, but I don't bring politics into it. I would love to have Marcus back. I don't want him, though. I really don't. He would make us way better regular season. Everyone would be high on us. We'd have high expectations, and then we crumble in the playoffs. I guess. Yeah, the Pistons can still make the playoffs. The season's not over with yet. Remember, last year we were 14-6 and went downhill for a long time while Ish Smith was out. We were way below 500. We were able to scratch and claw and make our way back. Obviously, we don't want to see us start off that bad, but it's not over with yet. You guys have to remember, we play in the Eastern Conference. If this was the West, we'd probably be having a totally different conversation, but we play in the East. We're 2-3 games out of the 8 seed. It's not over by a long shot. And again, you don't want to make the playoffs under 500. I mean, that's nothing to brag about. But either way, this team, even healthy or fully operational, probably shouldn't get out of the first round. But they could win a couple games in the first round if they're healthy and flowing. That was my expectation for them, was to be the 6th seed and be competitive in the playoffs, not get swept. But if they can't get healthy and they keep playing this bad, turn the ball over, and bad defense, then they will get swept in the playoffs again. I'm not really big into college, but I usually root for one of the Michigan teams. No, I'm not a Michigan or Michigan State fan because, I never really get into it. So I usually just kind of root for both of those teams. I know it's weird, but I'm not really a big college fan anyway. So I just want to see the Michigan teams do good. Yep, Seku's up here right now, but he's not going to play. They're not going to start Rose, though. I don't know much about her. I just know she's a San Antonio assistant. Don't know how smart she is, but she must be pretty smart to be on the coaching staff of the San Antonio Spurs, because they don't just bring jabronis up there. You actually have to know your stuff. I usually watch March Madness, and I do the brackets, but that's pretty much as close as it gets. I usually watch like the big names. Like last year, I watched a lot of Duke to see how good Zion was going to be, but I'm not really big upon it. Luke's got to keep balling. I think that the more wins the Pistons can get with Luke playing the way he is, I think the better chance he will have get an opportunity to win it. But there's a lot of people who have improved their game. But Luke's made a pretty big jump. So either way, I'm happy with the improvement from Luke Kennard, whether he wins it or not. Blake's not healthy. I don't know who he was playing, but I think I remember that. That leg's still bothering him, man. He doesn't have all his, I don't know what he tore or pulled, but his leg's not right. I don't know if it's still from his meniscus injury or what, but his athleticism in that leg's still not there. I'm here for the Luke experiment. This guy can get hot at any moment and put you like the other night. He had 4 3-pointers, 12 points. I like that. We need that. You'll probably hear Reggie come up on a lot of trade rumors right around the trade deadline, but the value for Reggie is not high right now. You're not going to get a whole lot in return for him. I don't know if any teams are going to be going out of their way to get Reggie, or what you can even get for him right now, especially since he's hurt. I don't think that Reggie has a high market for him. Not a lot of teams are going to want him, although he is an expiring deal. But people don't give up a lot for expiring deals. So you'll probably hear his name floated around. You'll have to pair him up with someone decent. I mean, don't think you're going to turn Reggie Jackson and Thon Maker into liquid gold. I mean, not a whole lot of teams are going to want those players after seeing them play the way that they have. Although Reggie, when he's healthy, is not as bad as you guys make him sound, Well, I don't think anyone's seen Thon Maker playing as bad as he did. Again, not a whole lot of teams are going to want Thon Maker after seeing him the way he's just pretty much getting replaced by Christian Wood. So, again, market's not going to be high for Thon. You'd have to put him in a package deal. That was nice, D. Rose. You got to convert that, though, man. No, 2 bologna. I don't like bologna, so I wouldn't trade him for bologna sandwiches. I love Jordan Bowen, man. He's balling out right now in the G League. Derrick Rose with another turnover. He's been struggling to keep the ball under control this year. I don't get it. D Rose is not playing like D Rose right now. Derrick Rose is trying too hard. He's not letting the game come to him. He's thinking too much. He's not being Derrick Rose. D Rose needs to stop thinking and just play ball, man. They need to target a point guard. Even though Derrick Rose has turned the ball over, he's really the only point guard. So I think that's part of the reason you're seeing Derrick Rose turn the ball over a lot. Is because he's really our only point guard, our only playmaker. So I think the Pistons need to go out there and target another point guard. We do need another small forward. We are short-handed at that position. I mean, Langston and Mihailuk are nice, but there's mismatches defensively across the board. I would not mind getting a 3-and-D player for the wing, and I would not mind getting a playmaking or defending point guard. Someone like, Bruce can't score. You have to get a guy like Alonzo, I guess, who can defend and at least play make. What was that about, bro? I don't think they'll bring Bone up. Dwayne Casey has showed me that he doesn't want to bring these guys up. I think that if we were going to bring Bone up and play him, we would have already done so. I just hope we don't give Bone the Dinwiddie treatment where we're going to trade him and he's going to go somewhere and ball out. Because Bone's going to be a nice player for us. The thing about Bone is he's a great mid-range shooter. And at the point guard, with Drummond coming off the picks, he would have a lot of open shots. And the good thing about him, man, is he can facilitate. I don't know what he's averaging right now, but he's averaging pretty close to a double-double in points and assists. So, man, I want to see him up here in the NBA because he can do a lot. What I've seen from him in the Summer League and the little bit of the preseason and the little bit of the game he came in the other day and played, like that 2 weeks ago, I like him, man. He's going to be a good player for us. And he's someone that I think we stole in the second round. Drew's nice. I wouldn't mind having Drew. Again, God, Derrick Rose just got straight up stripped. Okay, Dre. Okay, Dre. Dude, what is going on with D-Rose, man? It's been on for a minute, bro. What are you talking about? Alright, so it looks like we'll have the ball for relatively close to the last shot to close the quarter out. 14 on the shot clock, 14.6 on the game clock, so... Yeah, I had that on during the pregame, and every time I looked up, Oakland was turning the ball over. Alright, Langston. Alright, Langston, let's go. That's the D-Rose we need right there. Let's close out. Good contest. Alright, so we close out the quarter, 32-27. Hey, to be honest, I think I still might have turkey. I ate a lot of turkey, man. I got so many leftovers in the fridge right now, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I have half a chocolate pie and pretty much a whole apple pie in the fridge right now, so... Your boy's got some pie. Dude, I haven't heard anything about Davidas, Sabitas, Diabetes. I don't think you'll probably ever see a Pistons uniform. Mostly, I don't know, because it's hard to tell with foreign players, but I wasn't high about getting him anyway. You know, I figured the Raiders would be playing harder today, man. I mean, if they would have won today, they'd be in the leader for their division. So they're getting the meat. I've never heard that term before. That's a funny term. Tank for LaMelo, man. I might have to get that custom made jersey. Last year when I went to Game 3 of the playoffs, there was someone there who had a custom-made New York Knicks Zion Williams jersey. I mean, this one ran me about 169 for the Detroit Drew one, so I'm guessing he's right around the same ballpark for his, and that's 169 wasted down the toilet. Hey, maybe Carr's got some money in the Chiefs, man. You ever seen The Longest Yard? I'm there for that, no. Yeah, the San Antonio's not having a very San Antonio season so far, but you know they're the Patriots of the NBA. I've learned very on never to count them out. I mean, Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches of all time. You have to put him in that conversation. They'll get a little win streak going on. Oh, there's a big run. There's a big run by Oakland. That Jacobs guy's gonna be a pretty good player. Look at that. I got perfect timing. Hey, you guys weren't wrong about DeRozan going off. He's got 11 points, but guess what? The player that they want, Luke, has got 11 points as well. I know you're high on Spencer, man. Thong Maker sounds like a porn name, to be honest with you. I like the Detroit basketball chants we got going on in the chat. That's nice to look at. No, you're right. MVP Dwight was a different kind of breed. You know, one thing about Dwight is he is an elite rim protector. You know, he gets overlooked because of the recent things that have been going on off the court with him and all the injuries and the butt injuries and stuff like that. But Prime Dwight was an elite shot protector, a shot blocking rim protector. I mean, this guy was a defensive juggernaut. I mean, he was one of the most athletic big men we've probably ever seen in his prime. Dre's just a different kind of player. You know, it was never fair for SVG to call him a Dwight 2.0 because they weren't the same type of players. What's going on positively? We got some DSA members in the building today. If you guys are not subscribed to some of these DSA members, guess what? There are links in the description. Be sure to check them out and go subscribe to them. You want my Instagram name? My handle? I can put that in the chat real quick. I'm going to switch over to make sure I spell it right. So it's Detroit Drew, no capitals, no spaces, 101. I'll put it in the chat so you can just copy and paste it. There's my Instagram handle. I don't. Karl Anthony Towns. Oh, who is that white guy? That white guy just threw it down. This dude was sideways in the air, bro. White people are not supposed to do that. And this guy's pretty white, like sour cream white. You're not supposed to be able to do that, man. I can say it, I'm white, don't worry. I have the white card. Markieff has tackled Patty Mills. Okay. Did Derrick Rose throw that between his legs? Yeah, I think Casper's got a little bit of darker skin complexion than this dude. This dude is white. I'm pretty sure he just threw that between his legs. That was nice.
Ford Motor Company Fund is committed to teaching how to be safe behind the wheel. Our award-winning Ford driving skills
Bruce is, I don't mean,
teaches new drivers skills.
he's being Bruce, so all I can say.
Driver's ed programs. It's offered at more than 40 countries. Training can be adapted to meet the needs of cities and rural areas, helping life safely.
Ford Motor Company Fund, strengthening communities and making people's lives better.
This is Detroit Drew, man. This is what we do. We do comedy. Comedy's my middle name. It's Detroit Comedy Drew.
Not enough to deny us coverage when we need it most. Now they're spending millions.
This is what we do, man.
Something called government rate setting. They claim it will stop surprise billing, but as always,
Hey, I seen Casper had that commercial, man.
and less care for us. So tell Congress to
Yeah, those were the good old days with that, with the best five alive.
insurance companies and fix surprise billing with IDR.
Hey, I mean, you aren't wrong. We've shown a very, very poor ability to close out a game, so you're right. Closing 5 minutes is going to be a very, very good example of either it's just the Hornets that we struggle against, or if it's going to be the NBA the entire season. So we have to do good to close the game out. I think they'll keep. That's a tough question. I think Frazier's more likely to last this season than Maker. I don't know. They'll probably both be here because remember last season we wanted both Zaza and Jose gone, and both of them stayed the entire way. So I don't think Dwayne Casey listens to the fans or any of the internet or stuff like that, because he's not playing any of the players we want to see. He's not trading away the players we want to be traded. So we shall see, but I mean it's pretty bad for Thon Maker, who had a love affair, quote unquote, with Dwayne Casey, who Dwayne Casey kept playing him even though he took up the floor. It's pretty bad now that he's playing Christian Wood, and I guess in Thon, it's not bad at all. I love it, but it's a pretty bad look for Thon Maker. I don't know. Again, the trade value is not high for either one of those guys. If they get traded, it'll be for balancing out salary cap. That's pretty much it. No team in the NBA are going to be actively seeking Reggie Jackson, Thon Maker, or Tim Frazier. They're not going to take our garbage and give us gold. So don't think that. Oh, there's a dunk. Oh, you got to dunk that. What was that, man? Okay, D-Rose. Give that to Mahai-Luke. Let's see what Mahai-Luke can do in the break. Mahai-Luke with the behind the back stretch dunk thing. What do they call those in 2K? Yeah. Detroit Comedy Drew, absolutely right, sir. I'll take Boban back. Jose to come back and save the team. That's a tall task for Jose. I don't know if he's up to it, man. Is Jose playing anywhere this year, or did he retire? Because say what you want about Jose, but I think he'd be a pretty good coach, like an assistant coach. I don't think he'll ever be a head coach, but he's a solid guy. Pick his brain. I mean, he shouldn't be a guy teaching young players how to play the game, but I mean, he knows how basketball should be played. He just sucks. At least he did at his older stage. I remember when we had Jose the first time, and he was a pretty good player for us the first time. Did he retire? I heard Calderon's pretty rich off the court. He's got some kind of business plan, or he's got like a butcher shop or something like that for him. Trade Reggie for some Reggie. Don't know what that means. Hey, I liked Bino. I liked Man Bun 2.0, man. He was good for us, man. And I remember when we got him to say play him more. Where is he at? Is he still in the league? I doubt it because I haven't seen him on anybody.
Happy for that interpretation these days. Oh yeah. You gotta protect these guys. Live stream
Not the same Reggie Jackson.
with the Fox Sports Go mobile app. Download the app on your mobile device and take Fox Sports Detroit and the Pistons with you everywhere.
There's no way Darko's gonna come back in the NBA.
Live streaming. Presented by
You see how long it took for Melo to get someone to sign him back? There's no way a team's gonna go ahead and give Darko a second opportunity. Or a third opportunity. So where did he play after he went to us? He went to like Denver or something? Something like that? I don't know where he went. No team's gonna take Darko. Oh, that was clean.
with a late whistle and a foul on Derek.
Challenge it. I'm taking Taco. Oh, yeah, he had his hand all over him. All right, I take that back. That was a foul. I don't think the value for Reggie's too high right now. Hey, I seen that he was a kickboxer. I don't know if he's ready for it. I don't know if NXT would take him. Maybe AEW. I don't know. You guys are tripping with the Reggie stuff, bro.
But now that roll chicken tacos are back at Taco Bell, my hands are tied. Let's just enjoy this moment. Take the picture. Roll chicken tacos are back with your choice of
We're up 11, sir.
trust me.
I mean, Darko's one of those people. He just keeps taking L's at anything he does. Doesn't matter what he's doing. At this point, I don't know what Darko could do.
The city leading it 21-0. Raiders commit
21-0 for the Chiefs and Raiders game. That's pretty good for Kansas City.
All new Chevy Silverado HD offers an optional technology package with
You know, I was with you at the beginning. I didn't like the stripe down the middle, but it's growing on me.
invisible to help you see what's behind you,
Oh, wow.
which in this case happens to be the
Maker's worse in my opinion. I'm not high on either one of them. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's a tough question because at least Maker, he will go in there and get you a block every once in a while. I have not seen Tim Frazier do much for me to say otherwise, but I don't like either one of them.
I need help spreading the word. Snowman Paul here. Hurry in and switch to save your family.
What sucks is I had a high hope for Thon Maker going into the season.
$0 a month.
Yeah, our defense has been playing pretty good today. We gotta keep it up. He is an NBA champion, and Melo isn't, so he's got that going for him.
Can have access to the most preferred health insurance? Can a company that is always bringing leading edge ideas?
I mean, the thing that sucks about Darko is it's not his fault he got drafted before Wade and Melo and Bosch.
80 years of knowledge and experience,
But when you compare him to those players,
everyone in Michigan.
it's tough. And again, it's not his fault. I mean, it kind of is because he sucked, but
When Casey's coaching
what's going on, Piston?
turned out to benefit the Pistons. If successful, no foul on
Hey, you aren't lying. Say what. Oh, they overturned it.
and on the shot.
All right, so it wasn't a foul. I was right.
Can't see much.
I stand corrected. I thought that was a foul. I have to be
Okay.
honest. I thought that was a foul. I'm glad it's not for the Pistons.
God's been all right. It's been all right. I'm not very good at it, but it's been fun to play and talk trash to people on there.
Derrick Rose. In fact, Derrick Rose might have played a little part in that. He's earned it.
It's hard to tell. Ooh, Christian Wood, man.
By Christian Wood. A two-hand throwdown.
He hates the rim, bro. I love his aggression. But back to your question, I don't know, man. With the Lions, man, it's hard to tell. I don't know what they're doing or what they're thinking.
On the other end, called for a walk.
Watch Rudy Gay as he gets back down underneath the basket, and then here comes the explosive Christian Wood. He's like, what?
Look out below.
Again, it baffles me that the Pelicans let him go.
Works against Derek White.
I don't get how Woods has traveled around the NBA like this, man. This guy is nice. Nice pump fake. Oh, he lost the handle.
And he gets to the paint. Draws contact.
Are they adding new maps to it or what?
Get to the line.
I thought about streaming that, and but here's the problem with that. If I stream Call of Duty, is I can't control what people say in the lobby, and you guys know how Call of Duty lobbies are. If you play Call of Duty, they say some pretty stuff, but ugh.
There's the list. Regular season coaching victories in NBA history. Don Nelson,
Yeah, that's pretty funny, Gleeman.
and then that man, Greg Popovich, not all that far behind. Ahead of
I heard they were adding Rust and stuff to it, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I missed that map.
Couple of seasons under the great Lenny Wilkins.
I hope they add some MW2 maps to it. I haven't played MW2 in forever, but that was one of my favorites.
1 for 3.
Yeah, Wood's been a great pickup for us.
2 on the drive.
Whose shoe is out there? Who's missing a shoe?
Rudy Gay with a score. 47-35.
Was that a shoe out there on the court? Did I miss that? Was that a shoe? What was that?
Bruce Brown.
Nice rebound, Wood. And another putback jam for Wood. I like Brown. I like Bruce. Problem with him, he's just going to take some time to develop. You know, he's a second-round pick. He's not going to be a fantastic player. He's not going to be a superstar, but he's going to be a quality player for us. That was White from San Antonio. I knew I seen a shoe, but it just went flying off the screen.
Play here in the first half. Pistons
I thought I seen that shoe fly. I did. I wasn't tripping. Got a 14-point lead, man. All is good. What's going on, David?
Oh, this is dope.
Beautiful.
I love the light.
It looks like a piece of candy. This is my sexy mom car.
Love this.
It's gorgeous. It's just really chic. I want one of these.
That is sharp.
The all-new Chevy Blazer speaks for itself.
GM employees with a current GM lease can get this all-new Chevy Blazer for $229 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City, fling new roads.
I want you to jump like you trying to get stuck in the air. If you feeling so lit, it don't care. Should be beating the face in
I do watch the NFL. And unfortunately, I'm a Lions fan, Packer Nation. It's not easy being a Lions fan, man. Yeah, these uniforms are growing on me, man. Yeah, I mean, what we got left? Almost 7 minutes in the second quarter. I mean, it's pretty early still in the quarter, but we got to play pretty hard here for at least another 4 minutes and close the quarter out.
right in the face of Rudy Gay.
Yeah, don't look to see Sekou tonight, man.
Has that verb
Dwayne Casey said don't get our hopes up about seeing Sekou tonight. So
out of the timeout. Forbes misses, and guess who rebounds? Christian
we got a long ways to go before we're gonna blow them out, but we're on track for it.
a couple of stuffs, just like you said, stuffing in the
I don't know. We'll have to see.
weekend. Luke Kennard,
I cannot predict the future, but I'll try, man.
Derek White with a
If you guys keep enjoying the streams, I'm gonna keep doing them.
Luke each had 11 in the first.
Yeah, but you guys have had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. You guys have had a pretty good life. You got a good shot at winning the division still.
Great pivot and score among the trees.
he slipped that through a needle.
I think we play the Hornets one more time in February. I do think.
49-37 Pistons. Halfway through the second, Christian Wood for
I don't think he is amazing right now. I think he's a quality player right now. I'm just anxious to see what Sekou can bring to the table. And maybe he's not ready. I don't know. But he's got a ton of potential. And the only way he's going to grow is getting NBA in-game experience. So that way he knows what to work on for next season. You know, if we're comparing him to Siakam didn't have a very good rookie season. But I think that played a pretty good factor in how he was going to develop his game. And now look what he's doing right now.
You know, the other thing I'm noticing is that Blake isn't looking to score a whole lot tonight. He's
Yeah,
spread it around.
that was pretty bad on Terry Porter's part. That was game one, right? I don't remember.
Christian Wood.
Blazers messed that one up though, man.
Christian chases DeMar DeRozan outside. Shot clock at 5. Forbes with a shot.
I mean, being a Lions fan, I'm not really rooting for the Vikings or the Packers to win, but it should have come down to the wire for them.
37 Pistons, 5 and 15
Vikings fans do talk a lot of trash, so
Blake Griffin on the drive.
yeah, Christian Wood's balling out right now, man.
Protest from Greg Popovich.
Giannis is a monster, man. I'm a huge Giannis fan. Only thing that sucks about Giannis is he plays the Pistons 4 times a year.
Play.
The man eventually got hand on ball, but there was some hand on elbow.
I mean, not Victor Oladipo. Yikes! I was thinking Indiana. My fault.
Let's see what happens with that.
What's the white guy's name?
Oh, just a moment.
Mahai. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I just blocked it out of my head. Why can't I do names today? But Zach LaVine and whatever that white guy's name in Chicago is, I can't. No disrespect to him. I just blocked his name out of my head right now. They're solid players, man. They can score.
Say thank you. We're extending our free pricing plus to everyone because we believe what's
I almost had to buy a Cream City jersey, man, because that's a funny name, man. I can't believe they actually put that on a jersey. And you can't make fun of them for it, because if you do, Giannis is coming for 40. So,
pickup owners can hurry in for employee pricing plus.
no doubt about that. They are the best team. Red Wings are in a rebuild, man. The Red Wings are one of the worst teams in the NHL, if I'm not mistaken. I got my number 69 jersey on right now, man.
With the right partner to champion your health.
Christian Wood's a beast, man. He does everything.
Henry Ford Health System, the official team physician of the Detroit PIstons and you.
I don't know. I just seen maybe it was just in their division.
Rudy Gay thought he had tied up Blake Griffin on the shot drive.
I haven't watched too many Red Wings games this year. I watched them a little bit when they opened up. They won like 4 games in a row or whatever, but I haven't watched much of them since.
The left hand was on the elbow, but I guess the overriding hand was on the basketball.
Don't make fun of me, man. I was talking about Chicago, not the Red Wings, when I said white guy.
Up hill. One for Dwayne Casey. Earlier on a foul that had been called on Derrick Rose.
You're right.
This by Greg Popovich on a foul that had
Absolutely right. 69 all the way, my man.
Rudy and Blake Griffin will jump it up.
Hey, you know, a lot of people don't watch the Red Wings who are in here right now, but it's weird not having hockey in the Motor City. I mean, we're hockey town, man.
Some level of physicality. Otherwise, you're not going to have any chance of defending.
You know, I'll watch them when they're good, but it's like I'm not a huge hockey fan. But I mean, since we are in Detroit, you kind of have to be a little bit of a hockey fan. But I don't follow hockey super close. Basketball and football are really my favorite, you know, to watch. Ooh, he got thrown. I used to watch the Tigers a bunch, but they butchered that, and I'm kind of just boycotting the Tigers right now. I'm not going to Comerica Park. I'm not watching any of them until they can get this thing straightened out, because they screwed that thing up big time, man. But again, you know, I really only watch baseball because I played baseball much. So, you know, and even then when I did watch baseball, like, I wasn't just going to watch the Yankees and the Red Sox play. Like, I don't like watching just baseball teams outside of Detroit, you know. Basketball and football, I'll watch teams outside the Lions and the Pistons because it's more entertaining that way. And usually if you're the Lions fan, you usually have to find a second team to root for anyway. So, like right now, I'm rooting for Baltimore, man. I'm rooting for Lamar Jackson. This guy is just incredible. The things he can do outside the pocket, it's just unreal to me. So, DeRozan, I don't know, man. What he does in his free time, I don't know. So I can't tell you what he did before the game. Not saying that he did or he didn't. I cannot confirm nor deny it. So, if he did, he's doing what he's got to do to win. So, give him some props. Just hope he brushes his teeth first.
Become coach of the year.
Or afterwards.
Both free throws go for DeMar DeRozan, 6 for 6 from the stripe.
The Texans are a good regular season team, but history tells us come playoff time, they're going to get beat in the first round. So I appreciate you rooting for those bad teams. Certainly Miami winning today helped us. All these bad teams winning are just giving us a better shot to get Young. I know a lot of us want Young. Blake's playing Blake. No, he's doing all right. You know, it's not the Blake of last year, but he's playing all right. I don't think anyone of the Pistons right now is playing terrible. Except for our defense right there. They just blew a wide open layup. I don't like that shot from Bruce. Luke's balling right now, man. Well, Blake just turned the ball over there. Rudy Gay is very, very underrated, man. I would not be mad if the Pistons traded for Rudy Gay, man.
I like the timeout because the Pistons are noticeably becoming a little complacent and lackadaisical out there. Need to talk about it.
I don't know about that comparison, but okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't watch the Pistons, though. A lot of the people who talk about the Pistons only talk about Blake and Derrick Rose because of their names, but people don't sit down and watch Luke play. They don't realize how good he can or should or will be. Yeah, but I mean, you gotta think about this though, man. We can't get a star player at every position. I would not mind having Rudy Gay. He'd be a solid veteran for us. Yeah, I imagine they'll probably put D-Rose back in here to close the quarter out. So that way we can at least keep this 10-point lead going into halftime. Yes, that's a very good point, man. We do need to beat the Cavs because Milwaukee is going to kill us. Absolutely, I do think he's better than that. What are you disagreeing about positively? Yeah, we should get back to 500 at some point in time. If we win against the Bucks, I would be shocked, man. I might have to finish off that apple juice. Hey, I mean, Rudy Gay, I mean, he's not going to come in here and change the culture or anything like that. Ooh, Blake's down. Uh-oh. You want to call timeout there, Casey, or what? What just happened to Blake? Oh, he got it. He got it right in the family jewels. Ooh. Ooh. There's not going to be any little Griffins coming out tonight. Yikes. Might want to put some ice on that one, man. Dude, Drummond, dude, what are you doing, man? Look at Langston diving for loose balls. That's a terrible pass by Luke. That was a terrible pass. What are we doing, man? I'm glad I'm not doing the shot game of the day, man. That would have been like 2 or 3 shots right there. That was a nice shot from Rudy, though. That was just a terrible possession from the Pistons. We got 9 turnovers already, man. I don't understand why we're turning the ball over so much this season. Yeah, there's another one. Derrick Rose, man, what are you doing? How many turnovers has D Rose got right now, man? I'm guessing 4 or 5. I pulled up the NFL app instead of the NBA app. It hasn't updated yet, but Derrick Rose should have 4 turnovers. It's unacceptable, man. You can't turn the ball over and expect to win games, man. You can't turn the ball over against San Antonio. Even though San Antonio's not having a great season, they're struggling much like us, they are going to punish you on your mistakes. If you're going to turn the ball over, they're going to score when you turn the ball over. You have to stop turning the ball over. Right now, they said we're averaging turnover per minute. That's almost like 2 possessions. Every other 2 possessions, we're turning the ball over. A turnover city jersey? Hey, you know, that's about the truth. It ain't going to sell, but that's about the truth. Pistons look like they don't want to win. You know, they're not playing with any heart. That's a problem. Again, I'm not going to make any politics statement here. I'll let you guys do that, man. Detroit does not do politics. So, hey, more power to you guys in the chat, but I don't do politics, man. I'd do a pastry. Make a fun of it. I mean, I like Blau, however you say his name. But we've only seen him on one game. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Mike in the building, man. How's it going, man? There's the D Rose. That's a goaltend. But okay. So we went from being up 14 to being up 8. Classic Detroit Pistons fashion as we head into the halftime break. Hey, he doesn't play football or basketball anymore. He might be. I don't know. Absolutely, we need this W in the worst way. We need this W more than the Lions need L's. I know Rose ain't bad. I love D Rose. I mean, you can't be an NBA fan and not love D Rose, but he's been hurting us more than he's been helping us lately. Again, I think he's just overthinking and not being Derrick Rose. I don't. He's just overthinking it, man. One way, man, I agree. We do need a defensive coach for basketball. You cannot be a Piston coach, Piston player, and not be defensive minded. It won't ever work. You know, I keep saying it in every stream and every video. The Detroit Pistons are one of the few franchises, not just in the NBA, but the entire sports markets, whatever franchise and sports you want to talk about. The Detroit Pistons as a team over the years have an identity, and it's defense. Back-to-back championships with the Bad Boys. 2004 we rebuilt it, and guess what? They were one of the best defensive teams, if not better defensively than the Bad Boys. So the Pistons have a culture already. You come in here and you're supposed to be playing defense, and right now we're not. That's a problem. You know, last year I think we were one of the better perimeter teams in the league. But in the paint, we still get picked apart because we put Andre all on an island by himself. And Andre's a good shot blocker. Like, he's above average, but he's not elite like a prime Dwight Howard or Hassan Whiteside. You know, I don't think Dre's ever gonna get 10 blocks a game or anything like that. I mean, it's possible and it could happen, but I don't think he'll ever average more than 3. I don't think Larry Brown would come back. I think he's still coaching in college, but I don't think he'll come back to the NBA. Yeah, Cleveland's one of the teams that we should blow out. But, you know, NBA, that's one of the problems, man, is in the regular season is anybody can go off and make any game competitive. So, I mean, Kevin Love can go off and drop 40 on us. So, we'll see. Hey, don't make fun of Noam, man. Noam also had the Knicks in the playoffs. Don't make fun of Noam. Well, I don't think he'll be on above the rim this Saturday. I think he said he got something else to do, but we'll get some answers out of Noam. Yeah, like I said, I think Larry's in college. San Antonio is still one of the better. I mean, even though the record doesn't say it, they're still well coached. I just think they're a little depleted at talent. I mean, they don't have any LA tonight. They don't. Again, I'm not high on DeMar DeRozan, but again, they're well coached. They play basketball the way it's supposed to be played. So, anytime we lose to the Spurs, no matter who they got playing out there, I'm not going to be too upset because it's the San Antonio Spurs. So, because San Antonio is struggling, like I said, you know, we turned the ball over 9 times to San Antonio's 6 or 7. Playing bad defense. I can't explain it to you how we're up. I really can't. Dallas ain't gonna let him go. We had him at one point in time. I don't think he'll come back, but Dallas ain't gonna let him go. Especially not the way that Luka's playing right now. I mean, Luka's been balling out now. They're not going to let him go. They're going to build around Luka. Rick Carlisle's a defensive-minded head coach. And then Mark Cuban, I mean, he's one of the best owners for spending money in free agency. He's not afraid to go out there and spend money. So, I mean, whenever a star player becomes available on the market, he is going to pursue him. Now, whether they want to come there or not, I don't know. But he is not afraid to go out there and spend some money on him. Yeah, like I said, man, Dallas is my second team, man. Not the Cowboys, but the Mavericks. For some reason, I like the Mavericks, but I hate the Cowgirls. I can't make any sense out of it, but I do root for the Mavericks on the low. Yeah, I think he was. Luke versus Luka 2024 Finals. You heard it here first from Benjamin Foe. I hope you're right. If the Pistons and the Mavericks ever meet in the finals, I am going to all the home games. Now, if the Pistons just make it to the finals or whatever, I will go to one of the finals games, but I probably won't go to all of them. But if they do play the Dallas Mavericks in the finals any point in history while I'm alive, I will go to almost all of the games at home. Now, depending on how big this YouTube stuff takes off, say I got a couple million followers by then, if I could afford to go to Dallas, hey, your boy would go to all of them. But right now, I'm not that kind of a baller yet. But I would save up some money if the Pistons are looking good enough to go to the finals. And if Mavericks are going there, I mean, Mavericks are only a couple players away from being really good. Oh, dude, Pop's a way better coach than Casey. He's not even close. He's already out coaching them right now. He just doesn't have the talent. Hey, Blazers are looking good with Melo, man. We should have took a shot at Melo. I said it once we signed, or at least we're talking about getting Joe Johnson in here. I said if we were working out Joe Johnson, we need to work out Melo. And Melo, I mean, he's playing in like the last 3 games. He's averaging like 23 points or something like that. Melo's looking good. He was a little bit rusty that first game, but he's settling in, man. We should have gave Melo some opportunities here. I mean, you have to respect Pop, man. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time for basketball. Harden's looking good for Houston over there, man. Just dropped 60 the other night. Yeah, I mean, Joe Johnson was all right. From what I understand, is he had some swelling on his Achilles, which is why he's not here right now. But I don't. He's not. He was never going to be what Carmelo is right now. Oh, way better. I would love if we would have got rid of Thon and brought in Melo. I mean, in the offseason, probably not, because I had high expectations for Thon. But all that work he put on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and whatever he was putting out there, he's putting out workout videos almost every single day. It hasn't shown. He still looks soft. You want the stats, Cash Money? I can bring you some stats. I don't know why I keep bringing up the NFL app. I'm not going to get my stats from there. Hey, and Denver won today. Let's go. All right, we'll start with the home team, the Detroit Pistons. Tony Snell's got 3 points, 1 board, 1 assist. Blake Griffin's got 5 points, 1 board, 3 assists. Okay, so apparently he's not doing so good. My fault. I thought he was doing better than that. Let's see. Dre, he's got 6 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Luke Kennard's got 13 points, 3 boards, 1 assist. Bruce Brown's got 2 boards and 2 points. Langston Galloway's got 5 and 1 board. D-Rose has got 5 points, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Markeith, who's been playing pretty well off the bench for us so far, once Blake has come back, has had 6 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists. Luke's got 5 points. Christian Wood, in 7 minutes, has 9 points, 4 boards, and 1 assist. For the San Antonio Spurs, DeMar DeFrozen's got 17, 4 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Rudy Gay's got 10 points, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Portal has got 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. White's got 5 points, 1 board, 3 assists, and 1 block. Forbes got 2 points. Murray's got 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. I know Murray is someone that the Pistons could target. A part of this DeMar DeRozan stuff, I would not mind having Murray, because even though he's only got 5 points in 9 minutes, let me look at that. He's got 3 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals. He's stuffing that stat sheet right now. So I would not mind having him, or at least trading for him, although I think he is coming off an ACL injury. So we'll have to wait and see for that. But it's interesting, man. These trade rumors are definitely interesting. Blake's still hurt, though, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm here for the Mavericks winning, and I'm here for them beating the Lakers. Yeah, that buzzer beater by Bone was amazing last night, man. Yeah, I think you're right. He was kind of a unique talent to have back in the day. Although, maybe he would be one of the players who changed the games, though, man. I don't know. It's tough to tell. I don't hate LeBron. I hate LeBron. Well, I don't hate LeBron. I hate the fact that LeBron's not better than what he is. LeBron has the talent to be the greatest player of all time, and he's not. I hope you're right, man. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Fu? Dude, the Raiders are just getting bullied. Hey, man, I have to get a Luka jersey, man. I don't have a Luka jersey yet. I'm kind of mad that I don't. I thought about getting one as soon as he got drafted, but I didn't do it, and I regretted it. So I'm going to have to make that happen pretty soon. Rams aren't going to win their division, though, man. Who are they playing? They're not even playing anybody good, though, are they? Let me pull it up right quick. I've been disappointed by the Rams this year. They're playing the Cardinals, so they should be blowing them out. Oh, I thought the Broncos won. They're still playing. I had them highlighted in red up here, though. I love it. I love it, man. To be honest with you, man. Maybe part of it is because I root for that team, but I like players who got some cockiness. I like Pat Beverly. You know, I'm not really a huge Clippers fan, but I'm kind of rooting for the Clippers because they got Pat Beverly, man. I like players who can talk the trash and back it up. I mean, Rasheed was good at it. You know, that's something that the Pistons are missing. Hey, quietly, that division is becoming tough, man. San Francisco looks good, even though they fell to Baltimore. Seattle's very, very underrated. No one's talking about Seattle, but anytime you play against Russell Wilson, you got to give them some credit. And their defense is looking like it's all right, man. It's not as good as the Legion of Boom, but it's playing pretty good. But Carson's been playing amazing. They can run the football. Anytime you can run the football and play defense, you got to give them a chance. I'm really high on Seattle. I'm kind of hoping for a Seattle versus Baltimore Super Bowl. But at the same time, like, I like Drew Brees. I want to see Drew Brees get one more shot at it. NFC is going to be tough, man. I don't know who's going to come out the NFC. I feel like the AFC's got some of the better teams, like New England and Baltimore. I feel like those are the top two teams in the league. But I think the NFC, you know, they're deeper. You know, their teams are better down the line. You didn't say no homo there, Flashy. What does that mean? Hey, if you've seen that and you like it, whatever floats your boat, man, I'm not going to judge you, but do you. Yeah, you need that attitude in the NBA, man. Yeah, it's too late, man. It's too late. You didn't say it when you put it in there. You gotta say it before you put it in there. You got caught. You guys are wild, man. Not too many guys can have me speechless, but here we are. You guys got me speechless. I mean, Lakers are looking good. I don't know if they're... I don't know. I'm very anxious to see the playoffs in the NBA this year. But, I mean, we're a long ways away from that. So, we'll have to wait and see. He probably should sit the Cavs game, to be honest with you. Nah, I'm not streaming the Lions. I thought about doing it. Well, not the Vikings game. I thought about doing it earlier in the season, but the way they're playing it now, I'm not going to waste my time with it. I don't know. He's already turned the ball over a couple times doing it this game. No, I think that's right around where D Rose needs to be. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that third year with Patricia. I'm really not. I'm not high on Patricia anymore. I've been strongly disappointed with him. I mean, Blake had a career high last year at the three-point line. He's hurt right now, so I expect all of his numbers to be down this year. Even if he gets 100% healthy, I don't think his numbers are going to be the same as he was last year. But Blake looks like he's still playing on like 1.5 leg right now. I mean, scoring's nice in the league, but not every player is going to be able to score you 10 points a game. Like if Bruce, he needs to be a lockdown defender. And one. Oh, come on, man.
I want to take you back to Blake Griffin, who I mentioned just got his easiest basket of the season in the half court. This is in transition. Now look what he does. He's got 2 feet in the paint. He's got Rudy Gay behind him. Here comes the basketball from Bruce Brown. Gamble by Rudy. Doesn't pay off.
Bruce has got a unique calling to him now.
But it also plays to what we talked about.
In the offseason, Bruce needs to work on his dribbling, taking people off the dribble, and attacking the rim, and getting his passing vision up. Because Bruce is going to be a point guard for us. Not saying he's going to be our starting point guard or anything at this point in time. I do think it's possible that him and Luke Kennard are going to be our starting backcourt one day in the future. Right now, they're starting together, but it's just temporary. Once Reggie comes back, Reggie's going to be inserted right back on the starting lineup. I'm not sure what they'll do with Bruce then. But Bruce needs to work on developing as a point guard. He'll be good at it. He'll have a different role call. He's not going to be able to score 10 points a game or anything like that, or 15. He might be able to score 10 points a game. As a starter, you should score 10 a game. But I don't think he'll average more than 15 a game. At least right now. Maybe if he gets his three-point shot going, I don't know. I mean, he's still young. It's only his second year in the league. So, I mean, we're going to see him develop. He needs to get better, but he can do it. I don't know, man. They're fighting back after the second half. They let San Antonio come back, but what's going on, Minecraft 101? I'll pull him up when we go on commercial break. Ooh, Andre does airball a post hook. Hey, Joe Sports Opinions just subscribed. Appreciate that, Jay. Did I call you Joe? I meant to call you Jay. My fault. Nice take, Luke. Oh, Blake, why you jumping? This ain't 2K.
Big weapon here for Luke. Watch this, folks. Now he's got the defender.
69, giggity.
He's not going to get to him because he's got to go through Luke's body. And he's very comfortable with his right hand, which in basketball is his offhand.
Nah. I know you're just kidding him one way. He got booed out of the building in the Big 3 game. Not even an NBA game. I just got why you said 69. I didn't realize the score was 69. Giggity, giggity, goo. Good, I caught that before we scored again. Ooh. Come on, let's go. Giggity. I don't know how healthy Blake would have dunked that.
But in his attempt to gather and go back up, George, he did bring it down, made it available, and Spurs all collapsed on him. Jump ball.
It's Andrew, but yeah. There you go. Pass the ball, Dre. I like this Luke attacking the rim stuff. And Bruce has hit a 3. What is going on? We look like a team now. Yeah, young Blake would have made a highlight reel on SportsCenter after that one. I don't know, man. It's tough to tell about that. I think RG3 fits with Baltimore. See you in a minute, Dr. Fu. Let's see. Bruce has got 9 points now. Blake Griffin, that's someone asked about Blake, had 7 points, 2 boards, and 5 assists. I did not see that. I'm liking the Mark Ingram pickup from them though. I wish we would have picked up Mark Ingram. RG3. Yeah, you ain't lying, Tyler. Part of the problem with the Pistons, they're going to play up and down in their competitions. I think it's either going to be Milwaukee or the Clippers. And if it's not the Clippers, it'll be the Lakers. Those are my 3 picks to win the NBA championship. Which, I mean, I think those are the 3 best teams in the league, but they're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. Was it a buzzer beater, Devin? I'm going to have to watch the highlights after this. I seen that Mavericks won. Was it a buzzer beater? Rockets don't play defense. You can't win in the playoffs if you don't play defense. Hey, noob, you're tripping there, man. They got 2 of the top 5 players in the league on the same team. That's disrespectful. No, don't trade Sekou at all. Luke and Sekou are untouchable as of right now. There goes Rudy again. Yeah, they're not going to trade. They're not that dumb. I don't know what that was from Luke, but Pistons aren't that dumb. Nah, Dwayne Casey said don't get your hopes up about seeing Sekou tonight. So I don't know why they brought him up. Maybe to talk to Blake and Drummond or something. I don't know. Maybe the towel boy was out tonight. Maybe he had the flu or something. They need someone to come up there. I don't get why they brought him up and they're not going to play him. If we can close this game out and be pretty comfortable with the last 5 minutes, we might see a pretty good glimpse of him tonight. So, I mean, right now, if you're a Pistons fan and want to see Sekou, right now is the time you want to see the Pistons put their foot on the gas and put them away right now. Oh, Blake, what was that, man? Stop looking for the bailout. Try to hit the basket. Yeah, Timmy D's an assistant now, man. All right, push it, push it, push it. Dre's got it. They don't look for Dre, man. Dre had an easy dunk there, but hey, I'll take the Luka 3. I called him Luka. We've been talking about Luka too much, man. Good switch, good switch. Yeah, Luka's been playing pretty good this year, man. I mean, the Lakers and the Bucks are probably the two most favorite teams to make it there. I don't know. It's always tough to predict the West because the West is so deep. Good block, Dre. Good pass, Luke. No, all right, reset, reset. Don't rush it. Come on. Dang. I want to see Sekou and Bone too, man. Reggie's hurt, man. Personally, I'm with you on the Clippers, man. I think the Clippers are deeper than the Lakers. The Lakers got the better two players, but I think that the Clippers are deeper. Yeah, maybe if that was Rudy Gay from 6 years ago, maybe he would have a shot there. But not now, man. That was a bad take on Rudy. Reggie's been injured, man. Timeout. You want that guy here? You want this guy doing the 360 layups, airballing him? You guys can have him. And one by Blake. I think they're 17-3 now since they just lost, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're 17-3 now since they lost tonight, but still, that's pretty impressive, man. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe this is gonna be bad luck if I turn the hat backwards, but. They scored right away as soon as I did it, too. Might have to turn it back around here in a minute. Looks like we got Langston getting ready to come check in for us. Good pass to Blake. That should be... Oh, he should have shot it, though. I don't like Derrick Rose shooting threes. Good fight, Dre. Man, they are just hacking Andre down low, man. This is what we need to see from Andre, man. When they're hacking you like that, that means they're respecting you. Right, he's dominating down there. This is what the Andre would need. Andre needs to play like this every single night. San Antonio doesn't have anyone to stop Dre. And that's kind of what's been frustrating with me for Andre Drummond of late, is the teams that we've been playing and losing to, they don't have anyone to put on Blake Griffin. They don't have anyone to put on Andre. And they've been giving us fits. You gotta at least hit one, Dre. Langston and Sviv have checked back in. I don't watch too much of the Game of Zones. I watch it every once in a while, but I really don't think it's too funny. Beal ain't going anywhere. I like that Walker guy, too. He's got some goofy hair. I don't know why the Spurs haven't been playing him, but he's a pretty solid player for him.
That's a big man in Reading, PA.
Sort of like your River Rouge team that just won their first football championship.
Congrats to Rouge. Great history in basketball.
What do they just intentionally foul Dre? Do they just intentionally foul Andre? Why would you do that? I don't know if it's nuts are still hurting or not. Appreciate for you saying no homo. He's probably gonna get it too. Is it new? I haven't seen it if it's new. Dre blocked it last second too, and it still went in. Timeout, Detroit. Problem with Drummond, man, he's a little bit inconsistent. When he gets into foul trouble, it hurts.
Absolutely brilliant, both people. Thank you.
On a suspicious fence by Dr. Pepper.
I think the Knicks are going to throw him a lot of money. I think the Knicks will be interested. Hornets are already interested. I think Boston will pursue him. I heard the Clippers want him.
What does she have that I don't?
She has an onion volcano. Look.
Probably.
This is natural, girl.
Tastes the same to me.
What?
Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville.
Holiday stress? Repeat after me. I am great.
I don't think Gorge is going to openly let Dre walk.
Getting all the gifts this holiday.
This Sunday and Monday, get 50% off everything online. That's 50% off.
You get all the gifts.
On OldNavy.com.
Introducing Wendy's 2 for $5. The only 2 for $5 with Wendy's.
You know what bugs me while we're kind of talking about the Pistons here and the Lions? Is 97.1. Again, I don't listen to it all the time because I can't personally stand it. But one of the reasons I don't like 97.1 is I feel like all they talk about are the Lions. Like, I think it's pretty much just a Lions station. I'm not knocking the Lions. I mean, Lions are a pretty big part of Detroit and Michigan in general. But, I mean, there are other teams here. Like, the Detroit Pistons were a playoff team last year, and they never talked about them. And they don't talk about them now. Only time they talk about them is they talk about them draft time, and they talk about them after free agency. And that's pretty much all there is to it. You know, it's a big problem to me. You know, I know the Pistons are struggling right now. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of hot takes for it. But they really don't talk about the Pistons. They talk about the Red Wings every once in a while. They talk about the Tigers every once in a while. Very rarely do I hear them talk about the Pistons. It seems like every day they talk about the Lions. And the Lions only have 3 wins.
That's right. Tim Duncan now working with the San Antonio big men, and before the game we know
Hey, no problem, man. It's what I do. Not all heroes wear capes.
chuckle earlier when he said, "Well, Tim is still my boss. I do everything he tells me to do."
And again, you know, right now it's like there's not a whole lot to talk about with the Pistons. I mean, right now the Pistons have been sucking for something pretty awful, but I mean, there's more teams in Detroit than just the Lions. And again, you know, I'm here for the Lions talk. I don't mind when they talk about the Lions every once in a while. But again, man, they've only got 3 games that they have won. Why are you spending 5 to 7 days talking about them?
Maybe one of the most in NBA history. He's got his 5 championships over
I mean, why aren't we talking about what the Tigers, what the Red Wings need to do to get better? Instead, it's about Lions this, Lions that. I mean, it gets old after a while. I mean, oh, Christian Wood. That should have been a foul, but okay. Was that a late foul?
And this guy, a 2-time league MVP and a 3-time final.
That's not true, John. That's not true at all. I mean, yeah, they don't sell out every game, but they were selling some games out still at the Palace when they sucked. I mean, it wasn't every day. And when I went from the playoffs, it was sold out. I mean, I've never seen an arena that sold out. And then when I went for the preseason game, it was probably about 3/4 of the way full. So, and just because a team sells seats doesn't mean they're good. The Lions went 0-16 and still sold every seat out there. I mean, say what you will about the Lions, but they probably have the best fans out of everybody because they follow them blind. I mean, not knocking the fans or anything like that because the fans can't do anything wrong, but they support that team no matter how good or bad they are. It's starting to slim away, but I mean, yeah. They still have a shot, technically.
That's the 3. Derek has 8. 86-69. Pistons for the lead. Lonnie Walker to the lane.
Air ball.
Shot is short to Christian Wood. Derrick Rose bounces it deep to Wood. Off the glass. Yes. Christian Wood strikes again.
Crazier things have happened. Again, I keep bringing it up because it's still true. We play in the East, man. East is the weakest conference. I mean, you can chalk up Milwaukee as an L anytime we play them. So, and I think we got to play them in the next 2 games. So, we got Cleveland next, then Milwaukee. So that should be a 1-on-1 split right there. Yeah, Christian Wood's a game changer, man. Man, look at that, man. Apparently what you need is an anniversary for throwback jerseys like that. I don't know. I mean, we have all the talent. And that's what's been frustrating about this team. And what's been frustrating about the Lions is we got the talent to be good. But for the Pistons' advantage, they play more than 16 games. They play 82, so they have a lot longer time to turn it around. Right now, it's looking like we might see some Sekou in the 4th quarter. Just got to keep your foot on the gas. Don't let off here. These are very important minutes. I mean, there's only 20-some seconds left to close the quarter out. But you got to get a stop here. Goal 10 by Marcus, but all right, no free chili, Marcus. I'll take the goal 10 anytime. Yeah, anytime you score 90 points in through 3 quarters, that's pretty good. Look at Christian Wood getting the bounce, man. He's getting the roll tonight. Let's go, boys. 96 points through 3 quarters. That's pretty impressive. That is really impressive. That's probably the highest scoring game the Pistons have had all year. Looks like we are going to see some Sekou tonight. I'll go ahead and give you guys some stats here after 3 for the Detroit Pistons. Let's see here. We're just going to go down the list from the top. I don't know why they have it ranked this way, but it's how they do. Tony Snell's got 5 points, 1 board, 1 assist. Blake's got 10 points, 2 boards, 6 assists. Andre's got 9 points, 16 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Luke Kennard's got a quiet 18 points, 3 boards, 2 assists. Bruce Brown's got 9 points, 4 boards, and 2 assists. Langston's got 5 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Derrick Rose has got 8 points and 8 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Marcus, yikes, count that back. Markeith, there we go, has got 6 points, 4 boards, and 2 assists. Mihailuk has got 8 points, 1 board. And Christian Wood, in only 10 minutes of game time, has 18 points, 6 boards, and 1 assist. He's got 18 points in 10 minutes. That is freaking-sane, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here for Christian Wood, man. He'll be in here probably after the stream. Yeah. You cannot let Christian Wood walk after this season. Bring him back. Re-sign him right now. I'm here for it. He, maybe with the exception of D. Rose, is probably the best pickup the Pistons have done in quite some time in free agency. I can't remember having a more impactful free agent come in and just play this hard and do this good right away. It's not even close. Thon who? I forgot we had Thon Maker, to be honest with you. I mean, Christian Wood comes in the game, man, and just plays hard. And because he plays hard, people are finding him in open spots. He can shoot, he can defend, grab boards. He'll be a starter one day, but I mean, he's fantastic to have off the bench right now. Yeah, I meant Thong. My fault. Alright, this is very important time for the Pistons, so that way we can see Sekou. If you keep it around 20 for the last 5 or 6 minutes, we might be able to see Sekou tonight. Well, I don't know how much money Christian Wood's worth. What was that, man? Christian Wood's nasty, man. Whew. I couldn't even finish talking what I was talking about. Where was I at? I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I call that the Christian Wood effect. That's like 2 or 3 times that's happened this season. Okay, Mihailuk. Where's this team been all season, man? This is what we've been looking for. Oh, did you just hear Greg? He said he can get some playing time tonight at this pace. We got 48 points in the paint tonight. That's pretty good. Make that 50. Wood's going to get more minutes than win most improved. But if they give him more minutes, it's possible. Oh, in and out from San Antonio. I mean, I've learned a long time there, man, is not to bet against San Antonio. So, until they prove me wrong, I'm not betting against them. Oh, there you go. There you go, Langston. Yeah, daughter, yeah, I don't care if Thon's not playing at all. That's good for us. Hey, Devin, now I'm waiting for Sekou to come in. Once he goes in, I'm expecting a pretty big reaction from the crowd. It looks like the Pistons are going to be advancing to 4-1 since Detroit Drew started streaming the games. That's a pretty impressive record, if I do say so myself. We're going to turn the hat back around for good luck. I mean, we just look comfortable in the zone right now, man. Oh, never mind. We made a turnover. Turn the hat back around. Yeah, that's the team I've been waiting for too. Oh, I'm not gonna cancel the stream right now. It just depends on how hard I have to work and if I'm tired and up for it during the weekday or not. Well, that would have been a good shot from Langston. San Antonio takes a timeout. 105-81. Detroit's hanging on still. That dunk was nasty, man. How does a team let someone like this walk away? How was he available? And how is he so cheap to us? It doesn't make sense. This is not a basketball, like, whoever decided in New Orleans to let him go, I hope they're fired because they screwed the pooch on that one. You had a chance to have Zion and Christian Wood. That's a pretty impressive athletic court right there, man. And then with someone like Lonzo with them, man. Whew. I turned the hat around real quick. We started turning the ball over as soon as I turned it back around. Christian Wood, Sekou, Luke Kennard. That's all I'm going to say, man. Hey, you're not lying. If Thon was playing, we'd be down. No doubt about it. Yeah, dude, but, I mean, they could have cut. You trying to say they don't have someone worse on the team they could have got rid of than Christian Wood? He should put him in with 5, to be honest with you, if we're still on pace like this. Dude, if I see Thon this game, I don't want to see Thon this game, to be honest with you, man. I really don't. I would have thought that. The way Thon's been playing this year. Man, he better not put him in with 45 seconds left. I will not be happy. Let's see how the Twitter world is reacting to this. Yeah. I'm off the Thon bandwagon, man. I had high hopes for Thon. Yeah, Twitter seems to be happy tonight. That's good to see. It's always good to see a happy Twitter world out there. Happy Twitter, happy life. Game's not over with yet, but technically, unless San Antonio catches fire here, pretty much is. But crazier things have happened in the league. Remember what Tracy McGrady did to him back in the day? I don't know why it says 0-0. That's on ESPN. That's crazy. I don't know why it says 0-0. There's still 8 minutes left. Let me see if I can't fix that right quick. I don't know why it's doing that. I got no control over what the scoreboard says. But let's see if I can't change that. Still says 0-0. That's crazy. That's what it says on the ESPN's website, which is what I'm using. So until that changes, I can't fix it. So I'm sorry, but there's 7:30 left to play. Is the score still updating? So that's not completely broken. It still updates the score. That's funny. Yeah, they're not treating Sekou right at all. He was dribbling. How did he travel? That was a Stanley Johnson move then. Yeah, that was unheard of, man. You'll probably never see anything like that today, or maybe ever again. That was truly a special performance by T-Mac that night.
Next to the Brooklyn Nets.
You know, George, when I look at the Spurs, I can't help but think about
Their scoreboard's fixed.
glory days and Golden State's glory days and those great players that they had. And now they're gone. Sparks and San Antonio, they're either gone or injured in Golden State. And these are two premier franchises that
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about that, but maybe. I don't know.
playoffs this year. And the Spurs are going to have to really, really go some to keep their 22-year streak going.
22 straight years of the postseason.
T-Mac never won a playoff series?
All good things come to an end.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Come to an end this year. White to the lane.
I mean, he's still a good player.
Bump and a foul. Called on Luke Kennard.
It's not like he's one of the greatest players of all time, but he was a solid player back in the day.
Only 2 games out of the final playoff spot out west, believe it or not.
I didn't know he never won a playoff series, though.
Phoenix and Sacramento at 8-10 tied for the last spot. And then the Spurs.
I'd go for free taco night every time Thon doesn't play.
20 games start under Greg Popovich.
You know, eventually, though, people who own LCA
Shot off the heel.
would say, hey, just put Thon in so we don't have to give tacos away. 'Cause I don't think we'll see Thon for a minute. Maybe in chump change time. I don't know. But I'm looking at my watch here, and it's getting pretty close to Sekou time.
Walker stops and fires. It rims out. Flush, though, on the foul.
He never won one when he was in Houston, though?
Second-year guy from Oregon State. He's a two-way player this year, just as he was last year.
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Luke Kennard into Christian Wood. Nothing spectacular there, just a
So Seawood's got 20 points, man.
Impressive, though, as he switched it to his left hand and shot it.
Timeout from San Antonio.
This is a career high.
113 to 87, man.
on a career high. Not there yet.
With the Pistons, I mean,
Oh, yes, for the Pistons. 113-87.
This was a much-needed game for the Pistons, man. This is going to be a game that could help take Detroit and put them back on track. But let's get that Sekou chant going. I feel like the more chance we get for Sekou, the better chances we can get him in.
Here at the Jeep Black Friday sales event, you pay what we pay on select models like the Jeep Renegade, the most capable small SUV ever, the Jeep Compass, the most capable compact SUV ever, and Jeep Cherokee, the most capable midsize SUV. It's employee pricing plus at the Jeep Black Friday sales event.
You don't have to be an FCA employee to get this great offer. Returning FCA lessees can hurry in for employee pricing plus on select models.
Yeah, I'm liking the Sekou stuff. The more we get in the chat, the more he's going to come in the game. Yes, sir. I have no idea if we're home or away for that game. Hey, we can get the release Thon chance 2 going. I don't care. We got time for 2 chants.
Home equity line of credit to finance just about anything you can think of. With low variable rates, you can borrow up to
I'm not going to lie, guys. This is pretty beautiful.
minus any
This is very beautiful to watch.
the equity you've built in your home to work for you with 1.99% APR for the first 12 months.
I'm going to have to go here. I'm going to have to screenshot all of this, man. This is beautiful.
4317 for details about credit cost and terms.
Mark your moment with Meadoward Jewelers. Shop the largest selection of diamond and gemstone earrings, pendants, bracelets, and rings. Now on sale through Christmas Eve.
That was beautiful. I'm glad we did that.
Jewelers in Fenton,
That's going on. That's going on the Twitter word.
Meadowars.com.
Pistons basketball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Flagstar Bank. Success is crafted.
Pistons on the verge of one of their more impressive wins of the season as we welcome you back to Little Caesars Arena. Grant Long and Mickey York getting ready for post-game edition of Pistons Live. You're going to tell us what's led to this performance tonight, right?
Hey, listen, despite rather, I should say, the contribution scoring-wise from Andre Drummond.
If I could type, I could post this a lot faster.
Still able to manhandle the San Antonio Spurs. They've been in control from pretty much start to finish. If you stick around for the Pistons postgame, I'll tell you how they were able to do it.
I'm going to guess Christian Wood will be part of that conversation. We will hear from him after the game. He'll explain why he was so unstoppable tonight, and he's not done yet. George Craig, we'll see you guys after the game.
All right, fellas. Christian on the court with 22 points and counting.
Maybe the Spurs are tanking. I don't really think the Spurs got time to tank with Greg though. If Pop is tanking, he probably should just retire though, man.
Marco Bellinelli for San Antonio against Steve Kyler. Rick Forbes against Luke Kennard. Damari Carroll with the clock at 5.
Still no Sekou.
Marquise Morris drives it.
I don't know who that player was, but he got fouled and volleyballed the ball. Was that DeMar Carroll? Oh, snap. I didn't even know he was playing in San Antonio.
The Bucks with the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, as Little Caesars for the first time this season. Coming up soon.
Come on, Casey, man. Stop being a bum and put Sekou in the game, man.
A rematch of last year's playoff series for your tickets. 313.
Casey's just being a doucher at this point.
Looking forward to seeing Penny Howley after the games.
I stopped questioning people's hairstyles, man. People got some weird hairs.
Here at the game tonight with her son Kevin, and the Pistons have given her a treat with a romp, as it turns out, over the Spurs. Two free throws fell
Who's your cousin? Sekou?
on the San Antonio win, but whistle and foul
Because they're both tiny? Hey.
on Damari Carroll on the other end. 5:21 to play. Pistons way up on the Spurs, 113-89. Marquise spins on Carroll and scores. One lefty.
Hey, if true, man, that's pretty dope.
By Marquise Morris.
Lefty and off the wrong foot.
Damari Carroll launches it.
He just airballed, though.
Bruce Brown to forecourt.
You know, that move Marquise Morris just made,
Now, Casey started him game 1 over Luke
and that happens a lot
as a
with
rookie.
players. You sort of force them to lose by
Come on, Casey, man. Put Sekou in, bro. Stop being a bum.
turn on Damari Carroll and then have to make an extra turn or an extra period right in there and then go off the wrong foot with the left hand. Nobody practices that stuff, but you're forced into it, you make it happen, and you say, oh, that's pretty good. I like it.
I swear to God, if you put Thon Maker in the game over Sekou, I'm going to lose it.
Tom Baker's in the ball game. Goes Tim Frazier. Marco Bellinelli with a miss.
This is some BS, bro. Why is Thon Maker in the game right now?
Folks, this is a blowout here against the Spurs.
What a bum, dude.
Bruce Brown with the clock edge
What a tool. That is just a douche move.
to the baseline in front to Frazier. Missed it. Guess who tapped it in? Christian Wood now with 2 dozen.
This is some BS, bro.
It's 117-89. Walker from way outside. Missed it to Christian Wood.
This is prime time for Sekou, bro.
Christian Wood for 3. Off the air to Marco Bellinelli. 3 and 48.
Not putting in Sekou, bro. You put Thon Maker in over Sekou.
What a night. What a night.
Chump change.
Against Christian Wood. He'll use that strength against Christian Wood. Swing up the hook and hit it.
Nah, he shouldn't be, bro. He's been playing in the G League all this time.
Tim Frazier.
Exactly.
Walker. Kyler gets a maker screen. Bounce to Wood. Inside for Thon, and he's
Thon almost just blew a dunk, bro.
Christian Wood. Finds another backup big guy for a hoop in close.
Like, this just killed my vibe, man.
91. Amari Carroll misses. Lonnie Walker goes up to flush it on the follow. He has 11 here in the fourth of his 13.
We should have done the... I don't remember who was it who had the release Thon chant. Maybe we should do the release Thon chant. Maybe that'll counter-react it.
64 points for the Pistons off the bench. And counting.
Whose idea was that, to do the release Thon chant?
It up and in off the square for a score. Make it 121-93. Pistons with a runaway win here.
I don't know why they brought him up if they weren't going to use him, man.
Spurs. It's all academic right now. They'll be back with a
Oh, he's getting ready. He's getting ready to check in. He took his hoodies and stuff off. He's coming in. We're about to get Sekou, ladies and gentlemen. The future of Detroit basketball is about ready to check into the game. Unfortunately, they called timeout. But hey, he's getting to see 2.5 minutes of game time. Don't know why it took him so long. Hey, you know, man, it's better than 0 seconds. I'm still mad that Thon Maker's going to get more minutes at the end of the day than him, but hey. All I know is the Pistons lucky I'm not the coach. We would have had too many games underneath our belts as W's. I told you guys the Sekou chance would work off, man. This is all the chat's been in the last 5 minutes, just Sekou's. Hey, I'm down for that. He has not scored in the NBA yet. He's got a chance to get his first NBA bucket here as Christian Wood just threw that shot. Get that crap out of here, bro. Dude, Christian Wood is still playing hard, bro. You gotta love it. Dang. That's probably a good foul because he was about to throw that in, bro. All right, next 4 games from the Pistons. So we're at Cleveland Tuesday and then have to come back to Detroit and play Milwaukee. Why do we got to keep playing Milwaukee on a back-to-back, man? We're not going to beat them straight up, but why do we got to keep playing them on a back-to-back, man? And then we come Friday, play the Pacers at home again, and then we go to New Orleans and play them. What's the best Pistons moment that I have witnessed? Probably the 04 championship. Or the half-court buzzer beater leading up to it, or Tayshaun Prince's block. I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, you got to throw Blake's 50-point game up there. I've seen a lot of great moments from the Pistons. I love Christian Wood, man. He's got 28 points. I told you guys he was going to have a 30-point game this year, and he's pretty close. Let's get Christian Wood another bucket, and then let's work on getting Sekou his bucket right quick. I literally said last week that Christian Wood was going to get 30 points.
For all the youngsters out there who want to say, you know, they don't run plays for me, or they don't get me the ball, or what have you, just watch Christian Wood. Because he has a sense of where to be, where to go, in order to make himself the best option. That's why the ball can
I never thought I would live to see the day where we just straight up blew out San Antonio, man. Hey, that's enough time. All we need is a bucket for Christian Wood right quick. And then Sekou's got plenty of time to get a bucket. There's still plenty of time for this to happen. Oh, there goes Sekou. Let's go, Sekou got his first bucket, boy. And one, bro. Say what you will about Tim Frazier, but he's getting these guys involved, man. Good job on him for getting Sekou his first bucket. As he missed a free throw, I don't care. He still got his first bucket. So, thank you, Tim Frazier, for allowing the opportunity of Sekou. Now, back to talking trash about Tim Frazier. So, look at the team, man. This is what we want to see from the Pistons. They're so happy for Sekou. You need this team to come together. And I think that's part of the reason that this has been missing, man, is this team hasn't seemed together. And I know winning solves all of it. But You want to see teammates root for one another, man. We did that last year, and I think that's part of the reason we made the playoffs is we came together, man. All right, now let's get Christian Wood his 30-point game, bro. Oh, I forgot about the Malice at the Palace, man. Well, I didn't forget about it, but I didn't really think about that as an all-time favorite memory. But yeah, I witnessed that. That was a good one to witness. Changed the NBA forever. Oh, no, that's a good shot, Mihaly. Come on, Christian Wood's one bucket away from 30, bro. I just want to see him get this 30-point game because I called it. Or we'll take more Sekou buckets. I'll take more Sekou buckets. I don't care about 30 points. You have to be as a one unit out there, man. All right, push it and get it to Wood. Push it, no, push it, bro. Don't be a chump. Don't hold the ball. Get him his 30 points. Screw being a good sport. Nah, we're gonna be good sports about it. Well, fellas, that is going to wrap it up for the Detroit Pistons. 132-98. Sekou got 4 points, scored his first NBA buckets today. I guess hi everyone who's jumping to this point. I don't know if you're going to jump this far into it, but this is where the recap is, so congrats to Sekou, man. I feel like the team played hard today. This is the team that we've been looking for. Now, again, it is against San Antonio. San Antonio's been struggling, but so have we. And this is a good team win for us right here. We're seeing the team, they're happy. When's the last time you've seen this team smile? It was last season. They have not been happy all year. Maybe the beginning of the year when they won a couple of games, but it's good to get out of this slump. Now you have to take care of business against Cleveland. Have to go there and take care of Cleveland. Don't overlook them and think you're just going to go into Milwaukee because odds are you're probably going to lose to Milwaukee. So this is a very good win. I'm not going to look too far in the future. I'm going to enjoy the win now. But like I said earlier, this is a win that could help motivate this team to keep playing this way. When you play basketball the right way, we corrected ourselves in the second half. We limited turnovers. We played better defense. We played the way basketball was supposed to be played. We moved the ball. We got Christian Wood involved. Dwayne Casey should be proud of himself for sticking with Christian Wood. It's funny to say that, but this has been the best rotation from Dwayne Casey is sticking with Christian Wood. He came in here and had 28 points off the bench. This is impressive, man. Hey, I'm here to bring up Sekou for Cleveland too, man. I think he's earned the right. He's been balling in the G League. In just 2 minutes, under 2 minutes, he's got 4 points. So he's on pace for 4 points per 2 minutes. So I'm here for it, man. He's doubling points per minute average. Again, that's only a small sample size, but again, it was in chump change minutes. But I'm here for it, man. Anytime you win games like this, it's a good sign. A team that's lost, we talked about on Above the Rim Saturday, how close is this team to losing the locker room or asking for trades or anything like that. If a team was like that, they do not blow other teams out. So it's a good sign. This team is coming together now. Blake didn't have to play great to win today. 4-1 when I'm live, man. Record's getting good. Record's getting real good. So we'll have to continue that maybe against Cleveland. I don't know. We'll have to see. But man, it's a good one, man. Anytime you can win games like this, you're happy all the way around. Like I said, when you're losing, you show your true colors. Blake and D Rose held their teammates accountable for not showing any effort. You seen Andre; he was involved in the game today. Everyone was engaged and locked in today. We played good defensively in the second half. We limited turnovers in the second half. So that shows good coaching right there. I've been on Dwayne Casey. Anytime I see good stuff, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He made adjustments. I figured that Greg Popovich would have an evil scheme against him in the second half, and really they didn't have an answer for the Pistons. And this is what we're looking for. Anytime Drake and Blade play against teams like this who don't have bigs to match up with them, it's not traditional in the NBA anymore. So you have to take advantage of teams who can't guard you like that. And Christian Wood dominated down there. They didn't have an answer for Christian Wood. We got to start throwing him in the mix. I keep saying teams don't have an answer for Blake or Trey. They didn't have an answer for Christian Wood at all. So, I mean, anytime you have a guy who can come off the points and almost get you 30, and if I would have told you guys beginning of the season we would have a guy who can come in here and get 28 off the bench, you would think I'd talk about Derrick Rose. Did Derrick Rose get a double-double? Let's go ahead and do stats right quick before we get too far in this recap, because I'm curious. Derrick Rose has to be very close to a double-double tonight. Box score, please. So we're just going to go down the list, top to bottom. Tony Snell had 5 points in 17 minutes. I still think he's a little bit rusty, but, I mean, Tony Snell is not going to be a game changer. Blake had 10 points and 6 assists, 2 boards. Andre had 9 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks in 25 minutes. He did not get a double-double. It's kind of weird. Luke Kennard had a quiet 20 points, 4 board, and 3 assists night. Bruce Brown had 13 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 assists. That's good for him. Langston had 8 points and 3 boards, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Derrick Rose did get the double-double. 10 points, 10 assists, 2 steals and a block. Markieff had 10 off the bench. Mihailuk had 13. He's been playing good for us. And Christian Wood with the double-double. 28 points, 10 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Thonmaker got 2 points. Tim Frazier came in the game, got 3 assists, and then Sekou closes the box score out with 4 points. Tim Frazier was the only person in the game to not score. And look at this, man. Andre's over here dapping up Christian Wood in the postgame interview. You gotta love this, man. This shows team unity right here, man. This is showing that no matter who you are on this team, I mean, Christian Wood's a guy challenging Andre for his job next season. Andre's just showing love to him, man. You gotta appreciate that, man. Hopefully this is a turning point for the Detroit Pistons to turn the season around. Again, I'm not saying that it is, but anytime you blow a team out, that's a good sign that you're about to hit a corner. We got some tough games coming up. Obviously, Milwaukee's on the schedule. It's not going to be easy. Again, San Antonio did not have LaMarcus Aldridge tonight. So, I mean, that does play a factor. But I don't know if he would have been enough to change the tide of this one tonight. We were just locked in and engaged. We looked motivated. We looked prepared. We got off to a good start today. In the last couple games against the Hornets, we have gotten off to really poor starts. And again, we closed the game out the way we were supposed to close it out. Those have been 2 things that we've been struggling with. To add on to the list we've been struggling with is getting off the slow starts and not taking care of the ball in crunch time. And when we were getting ready to put them away, we didn't make them out, man. So we did good, man. All in all, we did good. So I'm going to go ahead and go make some dinner. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining the stream tonight. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Instagram, Twitter, in the description with all DSA members. And do not forget, Saturdays, 1 p.m., we do go live to talk about not just the Pistons, but basketball in general. So if you guys want to come back and join that, Saturdays, 1 p.m. on my channel, we're going live to talk some Detroit basketball and NBA in general. J-Mo's going to bring the Pelicans talk. We'll talk Luka and all that stuff. Well, you guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Are you ready?